Hey, it's Josh. Welcome back. Today we are going to remove the front end loader from the Solis H24. I've not removed it before. I started messing around with it earlier, had to go to the instructions. So I've only ever had the loader off of my John Deere maybe twice, 3 times since I've owned it, since 2017. With all these hills, I like to have the counterweight on the front. If I'm running anything on the back, it just makes sense for me. So I rarely take it off, and I haven't had to do it yet for the Solis, but I want to try mowing with the grooming mower without it on. Now again, that's weight behind. I don't know what it's going to do on the hills and stuff. This may actually help me with traction and counterbalancing as I'm going up some of these steep hills. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I thought what we would do today is just run through the process. I've got it far enough now that I think I can do it without embarrassing myself here, but you never know. These things don't always go as easy as planned, and for many of us, we haven't been tractor owners our entire lives. This is pretty basic though. There's going to be a stand that comes out of each side. I've already got the other one in place here. So the little linch pin there that holds that in there, and then you just have to get this worked out here. There we go. So this is going to go into a slot here on the other side that has a linch pin in there as well. So we're going to take that out, take the leg out, put my little hitch pin, linch pin, I'm not sure what all these pins are called, but it's going back in there. And the legs are going to angle backwards. So that's one thing I wasn't sure, because they don't line up and lay perfectly square like you think they would right away. So it's got to be some weight on the tractor. So let's go ahead and get this one on there. I think if it's something that you do quite a bit, as with anything else on the tractors, you'd figure it out, learn pretty quick. So the key thing is when you have this bucket up, you don't want to be working underneath of it, just for any reason that the hydraulics could leak down, or somebody else, if somebody's around the tractor, keep them away from the tractor. So what we're going to do from here is put the loader down until those legs come in contact with the ground. Like I said, they don't lay exactly flat, so I found it's kind of nice to kick them out just to get them a little bit flatter. That way this whole thing's going to rock a little bit when I let it down. The other thing that you wanted to do, according to the directions, was curl your bucket to where the lift edge or the cutting edge is about 2 inches from the flat surface that you're putting it on there. Another key thing, you need to do this on a hard surface or have something underneath all pieces that touch. So both of the legs, the front, you don't want this thing to dig into the ground and then not be able to get up underneath of it when you're going to rehook it up. So I think we're about right there, maybe a little bit more there. What I'm going to do is start the tractor. Oh, actually that's not what I'm doing yet. So now I need to pull these pins here on both of the loader arms. They come out real easy. If you have too much pressure on the arms, you will potentially not be able to get those out. So you don't want it sitting all the way flat on the bucket yet. That would put some back pressure on it. So we're going to go ahead and pull those out, set them off to the side. I'm going to fire up the tractor here. Close the cylinders. Okay, so what that did was just move the pin so that I'm now unhooked down here where I pulled the pins off. All right, that's what we were trying to get to have happen. We needed it to fall forward just a little bit to release right here, and now it's standing. So maybe me kicking back on those wasn't the best idea, but now we're connected there. And now we got to come in and move our hydraulics here. Now, as you can see, each of those lines on the right have a color code. We've got red, yellow, blue, and green, but there's nothing to match up. All my caps are red. So I don't know if this is intentional to have all the caps red because they match the tractor, or if because I have the first tractor that was in the US that this was an oversight. So I'm going to talk to Solis about this. I don't know what the new ones or the ones that are shipping have, but I have a couple solutions. I have some paint pens. I only have two though, red and yellow. So I'm going to mark red, yellow, but more importantly, I took a picture in this video so I know where they all go. And I also have some zip ties of my own, so I am actually going to come back to this side because I can get to it easier. I'll do that off camera because you guys know what I'm doing, and we can do that later. So we should be able to put our pins back in here on the loader so they don't go anywhere. And then I'm gonna grab a towel and we'll pull those. So these are just quick release like any other. It's good to relieve some pressure first. So move your joystick around, and I'll start down here at the bottom where I can get to them a little bit easier. All right, so a couple things here. I had a zip tie that they put on to hold these up against this step and up here, so I needed to cut those off. So I can put these up here. There are not any covers for the hydraulics here. I'm going to have to order some, I think, or I'll contact Solis and see if they have them. The other thing was my bottom hydraulic, this step was putting some pressure on it, so it took me a little bit of jostling to get that worked out. And it looks like I've got some room in there to loosen the bolts and push up on it. So we'll see if I have any problems getting it connected again. It might just be a thing that I had to figure out. So let's get it backed away and see what it looks like without that on there. It's the first time I've had it off. All right, so that's not too bad. Pretty stable. I don't think I'm going to have any problems with that. But good looking tractor. Look at this thing, man. It looks nice and mean without that thing on the front. So putting it back is going to be the reverse of that. Just reverse everything. It looks like first thing you do is hook up the hydraulics so that you're going to have the ability to rock back onto that. And yeah, lift it back up, take the legs off, you're good to go. Looks pretty good. So we're going to operate it like this for a while and see what we think of it without the loader. Loader's going to be on it most of the time though, like I said before. So hopefully this video was helpful just to see how the Solis kickstand works on the loader. And it was good for me to figure it out and kind of work through a couple of the things. So now that I know, I think it'll be maybe a 10-minute chore each time I do it. Not too bad. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.